Hello YouTube, this is 3SP again, and I'm coming with you with a couple of articles about the Trump Jr. controversy that's going on right now. And this one comes from the New York Times. Trump Jr. was told an email of Russian effort to aid campaign. Before arranging a meeting with the Kremlin-connected Russian lawyer he believed would offer him compromising information about Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump Jr. was informed in an email that the material was part of a Russian government effort to aid his father's candidacy, according to three people with knowledge of the email. The email to the younger Mr. Trump was sent by Rob Goldstone, a publicist and former British tabloid reporter who helped broker the June 2016 meeting. In a statement on Sunday, Mr. Trump acknowledged that he was interested in receiving damaging information about Mrs. Clinton, but gave no indication that he thought the lawyer might have been a Kremlin proxy. Mr. Goldstone's message, as described to the New York Times by the three people, indicates that the Russian government was the source of the potentially damaging information. It does not elaborate on the wider effort by Moscow to help the Trump campaign. There is no evidence to suggest that the promised damaging information was related to Russian government computer hacking that led to the release of thousands of Democratic National Committee emails. The meeting took place less than a week before it was widely reported that Russian hackers had infiltrated the committee servers. And in contrast, I want to bring forth this CNN article. Trump team met with Russian lawyer during campaign. President Donald Trump's eldest son says he met with an individual he had been told might have information helpful to the campaign in June 2016. Donald Trump Jr.'s statements come in response to the New York Times reporting that he was promised damaging information about Hillary Clinton before agreeing to meet with a Kremlin-connected Russian lawyer during the 2016 campaign. The New York Times cited three advisors to the White House briefing on the meeting and two others with knowledge of it. The revelations underscore the fundamental issue for federal investigators as they probe Russia's interference in last year's election. Did the Trump campaign collude with Russia in an effort to hurt Clinton and win the White House? Donald Trump Jr. said in a statement to CNN that the meeting was set up by an acquaintance he knew from the 2013 Miss Universe pageant, which was held in a suburb of Moscow. His statement said he was not given the person's name beforehand. CNN has confirmed that the Russian lawyer he met with is Natalia Veselinskaya. Trump also said he invited Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner and then campaign chairman Paul Manafort to attend the meeting, but told them nothing of the substance. After pleasantries were exchanged, the woman stated that she had information that individuals connected to Russia were funding the Democratic National Committee and supporting Mrs. Clinton, Trump Jr. said in the statement. Her statements were vague, ambiguous, and made no sense. No details or supporting information was provided or even offered. It quickly became clear that she had no meaningful information. Trump Jr. added that the lawyer then changed subjects and began discussing a separate issue: the adoption of Russian children and a U.S. law known as the Magnitsky Act, which allows the U.S. to withhold visas and freeze the assets of Russians through thought to have violated human rights. Vasinskaya founded a group purporting to seek the removal of Moscow's ban on the adoption of Russian children by U.S. citizens, which it put in place in retaliation for the Magnitsky Act. She has also sought to repeal the law. Trump Jr. said that when I'm not going to say it anymore, began discussing these other issues, it became clear to me that this was the true agenda all along, and that the claims of potentially helpful information were a pretext for the meeting. I interrupted and advised her that my father was not an elected official, but rather a private citizen, and that her comments and concerns were better addressed if and when he held public office. The meeting lasted about 20 or 30 minutes. He said, adding, as it ended, my acquaintances apologized for taking up our time. That was the end of it, and there was no further contact or follow-up of any kind. My father knew nothing of the meeting or these events. And again, these are different articles showing two different sides of what's going on right now in the situation. And to me, it sounds like that Donald Jr. is being honest about the situation, that he didn't really even see any relevance to sharing this information with his father. So, and he said in some other comments that he'd be more than willing to testify, more than happy to testify in front of Congress about this issue. So, again, it's just another big nothing burger being brought forth by the mainstream media. Like, share, and comment below what you think about this article. And thank you, and have a great day.